Today we're going to talk about Christian thoughts on Antonio Brown's latest rant. Let's get it.
Popping up the top, ayy.
My name is Jermaine, and thank y'all for joining us on That Christian Fam. If growing in the faith is important to you, hit that subscribe button, because over here we like to encourage, empower, and give you everyday practical Christian advice on real life situations. We drop videos whenever we drop videos, so hit that notification bell, because for the first half hour, we respond to comments immediately. All right, y'all, let's jump right into it. Now, if you are an NFL fan, or even a casual NFL fan, or better yet, not even a sports fan, period, at this point, because at this point it's bled into that sector, right? You have heard about this past Sunday's latest events with Antonio Brown's latest rant, because he's done stuff like, I said latest, because he's done stuff like this before. Maybe not to this extent, but he's done similar things before. Now, if you've seen the clip, you know what? Don't let me assume that you've seen the clip. Let me go ahead and play the clip for you.
Guys, very odd situation. Antonio Brown boiled over, very upset on the sideline, took off his shoulder pads. Mike Evans, O.J. Howard trying to convince him to keep them on. Obviously, they were unable to do so. He tossed his shoulder pads, stripped off his shirt and glove, threw those into the crowd, then ran across the field while the teams were still on the field, giving the crowd a peace out sign. I'll let you know when we hear something official on his status.
So that clip has stirred up a lot of different narratives. A lot of people are screaming mental health. Some people are saying, hey, you don't know what he has going on at the crib, right? But listen, let me go ahead and drop this for y'all, right? Let me chronicleize all of the different incidents that we've had with Antonio Brown in the spotlight. Keep in mind, he chronically misses practice. He chronically misses meetings. He skips meetings, all right? January 2017, he goes Facebook Live in the Steelers locker room. He's the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, keep in mind, Mike Tomlin is saying on the Facebook Live, hey guys, don't go live, because what stays in the locker room or goes on in the locker room stays in the locker room, right? But you can hear Mike Tomlin saying that because this brother is going to Facebook Live and he knows that's against team policy, right? So that's 2017, January 2017. I'm going to go real fast. I'm trying to go fast here. February 2017, he signs a 4-year contract worth $68 million, which makes him the highest paid wide receiver in the NFL, right? And when he did that, a lot of people around him said a lot of things changed. All right. October 2018, he almost killed a 2-year-old because in a fit of rage, he was throwing furniture off his balcony from the 14th floor of his condo. The little 2-year-old was sitting poolside or playing poolside, and he almost got crushed by some furniture because he's throwing furniture from his balcony in a fit of rage. January 2019, former teammate Ryan Clark of the Steelers said, look, y'all need to cut bait, get rid of this dude. Why? Because you have created a monster by giving him this enormous contract. And I beg to differ, because one thing is I have discovered is money don't really change people. It just empowers people to be more of what they already are. All right. February 2019, he gets in a physical altercation with his baby mama. March 2019, he signs with the Oakland Raiders. So he's now no longer with the Steelers. Now he's with the Oakland Raiders. All right. Now, August of that same year, in 2019, he misses practice because he goes into a cooling chamber with wet feet. Now, keep in mind, they remind you ahead of time not to go in there with wet feet, and you need to wear protective footwear because it gets extremely cold. He says, nah, y'all, bump that. I'm gonna go in there with wet feet feet anyway. That's why the dude got frostbite, and he ended up missing practice because of his frostbites injuries. All right, 2019. August 2019, he's banned from wearing a helmet that's more than 10 years old that the league has moved away from because they don't feel that it's the most safe helmet. He says, no, bump that. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna wear the helmet that I want to wear, and if y'all don't let me wear this helmet, I'm gonna retire from the NFL. So he threatens to retire from the NFL simply over a helmet. 2019, August 2019, we still in that same month, y'all. He refused to pay his personal chef more than 38 grand that he owes him for doing catering events for him. All right. September 2019, the GM of the Oakland Raiders finds him for missing practice, and he goes public with it by calling him a cracker, and he did it to his face. All right. September 2019, AB and the Raiders part ways. September 10th, 2019, he signs with the New England Patriots. But before he even gets to play a game, he's in a civil suit of sexually assaulting and R-wording his former female trainer on 3 separate occasions. All right. And that's a serious situation. All right. September 2019, he loses his endorsements, and the NFL receives a letter from the lawyer of the woman who has accused him of this because he's sending her intimidating text messages and threatening her because she has accused him of the sexual allegations. January 2020, he assaults, and this is a big one, y'all. He assaults a truck driver who was delivering previously stored items to the Browns' home. To Brown's home. Brown refused to pay him the $4 grand he owed him, beat him up, and vandalized the truck. So refused to pay the dude and beat him up. Only owed him $4 grand, and that's chump change when you talk about Antonio's world. September 2021, the NFL suspends Antonio Brown for producing a false vaccination card. And let me tell you why that's such a big deal, because it requires the federal seal. All right. And if you try to produce a fake or a phony of that, that is a felony charge. All right. Now, with all of this preceding what took place this past Sunday, does this sound like a person that should be on the sidelines of an NFL game? Let's talk about the narratives real quick, because I heard a lot of that. Now, a lot of people are quick to run to mental health. Now, granted, listen, this is no joke. This is not a laughing matter. Mental health is a big deal. That's why I'm about to go in, because here's the thing. There's 53 men on an NFL roster, all right? It's times 2 because you got 2 teams playing. That's 106 men. He's that 106th man. So there's 105 other men out there, all right, on the sideline. So you mean to tell me that out of all 106 men, he is the only man that suffers from any mental health issues? He's the only one that is a victim of mental health. Everybody else got it all together. Everything's just gravy, right? 106 players. Let's go to the personal issues where you don't know what he got going on. Who's to say the 105 other players got everything pristine and clean at their homes, right? Everybody has something going on. You don't know the story of all 106 NFL players in an NFL game. You don't know the story of the people who are over the medical equipment, the trainers, the coaches, all the staff, all the people on staff. You don't know their situation. Everybody has something going on at the crib. But you know what I like about the rest of the 105 players? They all found a way to keep their behind in the game. They all found a way not to quit on their team halfway through the game. They all found a way to put their personal matters aside, mental health or not, personal issues or not, and said, you know what? It's bigger than me. They all found a way. Why is it that when it comes to this one person, AB, that we feel as if we have to coddle this man and say, well, you don't know what he's going through. You don't know what the other 105 players are going through neither. Let's go to real quick. Let's talk about racism for a minute. Now, we know that racism is a hot button and is a very hot topic, and it is a very serious issue. All right. We have to understand that just because something happens in your life that you think is unfair, you cannot be so quick to scream racist or racism. You know why? Because when it actually is a real live event, when it is racism or you are dealing with a racist, what that does is it makes it very difficult for someone to take it serious when it actually is a real issue. A la the boy that cried wolf. In my early 30s, I was diagnosed with ADD, and I know that's late in life, right? But because of that, I am very familiar with the world of mental health, all right? And so I realize it's very important when someone screams, hey, mental health, we need to take it seriously. So when we have people screaming mental health, and it's not a mental health issue, it makes people more hesitant to take what I have to say seriously when I really am having a mental health episode with ADD. Now, granted, it ain't that serious, but y'all know what I'm saying. We have to be careful not to take serious issues and make them or create get out of jail free cards. Now, the people who have had dealings with AB, people who have been teammates of AB, says that he got very lifted up in pride. All right. Now, here's the takeaway. Here's the lesson I want us to learn from that. Let's go to Proverbs 16:18. It says, pride goes before destruction, a haughty spirit before a fall. Let's go to Romans 12:3. Romans 12:3 says, for by the grace given me, I say to every one of you, do not think of yourself more highly than you ought, but rather think of yourself with sober judgment in accordance with the faith God has distributed to each of you. So which is it? This past Sunday, did he have a mental health issue or is he just a jerk? Well, two things can be true at the same time. Yes, listen, I'm not a clinician. He may have had a mental health issue, but I can spot a jerk a mile away. And that's what this dude is. He is a bona fide jerk. Go back and listen to all the things I listed. Mental health doesn't excuse that. The dude is just not a good dude. He is a jerk, all right? A jerk. And that is my perspective, and that is the Christian perspective on this situation. We have to learn to stop pussyfooting around and sugarcoating stuff. Let's call a spade, all right? Call it like we see it. This dude is a jerk. He may have some mental health issues, but he is a jerk nonetheless. Let us be mindful of the scriptures I share so we don't find ourselves in this same situation, minus a few bucks. Thanks for watching. I hope I helped somebody on the other side of this video. And for all the trolls or anybody else, if you offended, I really don't care.
Big bot, yeah, I'm popping up the top, ayy. Keep trolling, yeah, I'm rocking the God. Hey, yeah, I'm flowing. Back in my head going, yeah. Yeah, I'm sewing, Truck like this too foreign, yeah.